So I watched this today, and boy, what a laugh this was, but sad at the same time. So if you've seen libs of TikTok with those crazies on there, and like I said, I'm so tired of talking about these people, but I really love how this movie exposed all of this crazy bullshit with these nutsos. So this guy, like it says, what is a woman? This guy basically goes around trying to find out what a woman is. And it is just these people that he talks to are just so. First off, he talks to two like I don't know what you call them. They look like new age idiots or something like hippies or something. And okay, this is the picture I did have. This lady, and he asked her, well, how do you talk to 4 year olds about gender and all this? And she says, well, I ask them, what is your sexual story? And then he says, well, how does a 4 year old even know what sex is or their sexual story? And she's like, yes, that's why we're here to guide them and all this. These people, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. I mean, I'm doing this video because of the funny stuff, but the rest of this stuff with these people is just fucked in the head, man. So, he's talking to her and he brings up chickens or something, and he's like, well, how do we know a male chicken from a female one and who's laying the eggs and all this? And she gets all defensive and she's like, well, do chickens commit suicide? Do chickens have sex changes and all this stuff? And it's just crazy. So then there's this other person. They don't show it on here, but he goes to this actual trans doctor lady and he says to her, let me ask you this. If I told you I wanted to, if I identified as a one armed person and I wanted you to cut off my arm, would you cut off my arm? And then it says to him, well, no, that's a different diagnosis. That's mental illness. And then he says, well, how is cutting off my dick not a mental illness? And then they didn't say anything. They just looked at him. And then he goes to a college here with this guy, or I don't know what this is, this person. And he asked this person about gender identities and all this craziness. And he really sets this guy off because this guy starts talking about, well, people have their truths and all this stuff. And the guy interviewing says, well, what about the truth? And he goes, well, what do you mean by that? And he goes, reality. And then he says to the guy, well, we all have our own truth. And then the interviewer guy says, well, not really, because the truth is the truth. And then this guy keeps getting like triggered because whenever he says the word truth to him, this guy loses it because he's trying to deny reality. And he gets really pissed off with him and almost quits the interview. And the guy's like, look, I'm not trying to get you upset or like trigger you and all this, but reality is reality. And if we don't have reality to base things on, then we have nothing. And then this guy just keeps going back to, well, everybody has their truths. And some people's truth is that they identify as a horse, and some identify as dragons, and so on and so on. And he just sticks to his guns and just like, that's not reality. That's not biology. And then this guy just ends the interview. He gets all butthurt because he's not going along with what his truth is. So the rest of the movie is him just walking around, and he goes to San Fran. This is on the show. I kid you not. He goes to San Francisco, and there is people that are standing on the corner naked. And I'm dead serious about this. Like, just out in the open naked. Like, they can't film below the guy or whatever. And there's people, like, just walking around getting coffee and doing normal things. And here's this guy. I mean, it is just, it is the best definition of San Francisco, that guy standing there on that corner buck naked like that. Like, I just couldn't believe that was real. So he's asking the guy, like, what is a woman and all this, and he he can't explain it. Nobody in this movie, except at the end, which I'll discuss, can explain to him what is a woman. So he spends the whole movie going around trying to ask people. Oh, and he goes to the I'm going to play this clip for a second so you see what I'm talking about.
People think it's hurtful.
Well,
he told us that.
Okay, that guy is in the movie. Like, he goes and interviews that guy, and that's the guy that got in a fight with the trans person came in the store because that guy had a sign saying what was it, if you have a dick, you're not a chick. So there's this trans mayor person, or in the town, the city council or something, comes in there and starts this fight with him, and she's filming the fight, and it became a big thing in the news and stuff, and basically he just told her to eat shit, and he don't care about her feelings and all this bullshit, and he's too old for this crap and don't give a fuck. And anyways, they go and interview him, and it is the funniest thing, man. Like, he asked the guy, he goes, is Jar Jar pansexual? And the guy's like, how the hell would I know? I don't care about this shit. Just care about Star Wars and all this. And then what was the other thing is he asked him, well, what is a male and a female? Like, what's the difference? And he says, well, I have a dick and a female don't. And then he says, what about Jar Jar's truth? And the guy laughs. It's just so funny, man. It's crazy fuckers. The rest of it is they're just like showing like people, like how their lives got fucked up. They show some guy that used to be a woman, and he regretted doing it, and his whole life got destroyed, and he's going on about like kids should not be doing this and everything, and just really fucked up, messed up shit. And then they're talking about puberty blockers and all that, and these people were lying. The people that he was interviewing were lying to him. They were saying, oh, but puberty blockers can be reversed and all this stuff. And then he goes to this psychiatrist lady, and she explains to him that no, these are not reversible things here. Like, the puberty blockers are not reversible. So these people are just like lying to these kids, man. It's really messed up. And then they were showing here, let me see if I can find it. All right, here we go. All right. So this is the psychiatrist lady, and she has this book. And they open the book up, and she shows him this page. And so look at this. This is supposed to be for like what is that, for ages 10 and up? So 10-year-olds would be reading this, okay? And it's showing some guy sucking off another guy, and two guys in bed going at it, and butt fucking and everything. And it was very shocking that this book here is for a 10-year-old. This is what they're doing to kids, man. It's totally fucked. It was really messed up. Well, anyways, he leaves America and he goes to like I think it was like Africa. I think it was Africa he went to, or Zimbabwe or something. And he's asking, it's like some Aborigine tribe or something, like some like these people live in huts, like they don't have phones or anything, like they barely have cars. And he's asking them like, what do you think a woman is and all this, and they say the same thing, like a man has a penis, woman has a vagina, and so on. And then he tells them about the trans women and all that, and they're just laughing, and they're just like, this is what's going on in America. And he's like, yeah, sadly, this is happening, and this is real, and all of this. And man, it's just it's just really fucked up, man. It's just this next generation, unless somebody gets in there that can put an end to this insane garbage, man. I mean, 10-year-olds should not be reading this crap. But anyways, I'm tired of talking about these sickos, but this did make me laugh. It is so funny, man. The things that they say to him are just like, I can't believe that these people really believe this shit. Like this one, uh what did she say? Oh, males can create sperm, females can't. How do you explain that? And she's like, oh, well, it's a constellation. That's what she says to him. I'm just glad I don't have kids, man. These people are totally fucked in the head, man. But anyways, if you want a good laugh, this will give you a good laugh. But the rest of the stuff, I don't know if you're gonna want to watch. Like I had to like fast forward and stuff. Oh, there was this other thing too where they show this kid who thinks he's a wolf, and they wouldn't acknowledge that he was a wolf or whatever. And then this teacher was talking about that the kid's parents, I think it was the parents sued the school, or somehow a lawsuit happened or something happened where the kid won the right to go in there and act like a wolf and shit in the school. And then these other kids started doing it, and they got people pretending to be cats and stuff in there. And she can't talk to them or do anything because when they answer, they just go meow and bark and shit. And I just can't believe this is real. Like it's really hard to believe that this shit is real, man. But I've seen crazier shit going on. Anyways, that's it pretty much. I just wanted to talk about this because it did make me laugh. But I'm just so glad somebody made a movie like this, because I just got so tired of talking about these fucking losers and this bullshit all the time. But I'm glad there's people like this that are standing up to this fucking sick people, man. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.